That's that old bull business model that you're going to charge the fans for some bull fights and that you the face of boxing because you just keep shoving it down their throat, man. The Mayweather era, that's over with, man.
You know all this money.
Now, that's the thing. They talk all that money talk. Can't be one looking good and the rest of the crew if you getting thoroughbred money.
But I don't even think he don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any. Floyd,
are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's playing for the future.
Bill Haney has publicly challenged Floyd Mayweather during a tense confrontation, criticizing the boxing icon for being overly fixated on finances. Haney alleges that Mayweather's reported $42 million investment is misleading and suggests that he may actually be facing financial difficulties behind the scenes. During the exchange, Haney sharply pointed out that money seems to dominate everything Mayweather talks about. The clash underscores ongoing friction between the two, with Haney arguing that Floyd has become disconnected from reality and may be using displays of wealth to cover up more serious financial issues.
For that, though. That's because you're right. You always talking about some money and shit. That's what I'm saying is you can't.
Bill, we not even on here talking about no money, Bill. Bill, we not even on here talking about no money. This ain't even about no money. This
you
about
brought the money up.
Bill Haney has raised questions about how money is distributed within Floyd Mayweather's promotional company. He pointed out inconsistencies, arguing that if Mayweather Promotions is truly as profitable as it's presented, then key figures on the team, such as Calvin Ford, should not seem to be struggling financially. Haney also stated that he has encouraged them to pay their staff fairly, emphasizing that proper compensation is essential to avoid frustration and unrest within the team.
I think it's personal between you and Calvin. Also, it's Tank's coach. Is it?
Man, I told Coach,
for those that don't know, Coach Calvin is Tank's coach, so I'm just for our audience.
And I said, listen, ain't no way your fighter gonna be checking the money that y'all talking about checking, and Calvin gonna be looking like that. I told Tank them to pay him. I told him to pay him because, or we need to go on coach's strike around this month because ain't no way Bill should be getting paid and Calvin shouldn't. And Calvin need to thank Bill for mentioning this.
So you saying Calvin ain't getting paid?
Yo, he said ain't no reason Calvin should be looking the way he looking if they making all this money.
Now that's the thing. They talk all that money talk. Can't be one looking good and the rest of the crew if you getting thoroughbred money. You know what I'm talking about?
Again.
Yeah.
Haney also took aim at Mayweather's move away from traditional competition toward exhibition bouts, suggesting the change is motivated more by profit than by a true love for boxing. According to him, Mayweather now prioritizes earning opportunities over preserving the sport's competitive standards. Tensions increased further when Mayweather was reportedly unhappy about not landing a deal comparable to the one secured by Devin Haney. This frustration allegedly led him to claim he would block Devin from facing high-profile opponents, such as Rolando Rolly Romero and Gervonta Davis.
For some of y'all that ain't from the streets and don't understand like the politics of it, you know, that Bill Haney Floyd conversation was well overdue. They have been in the background, sneak dissing each other for a minute. You know, pretty much Floyd is upset that Dev didn't take the deal that he put on the table for him. And he say, okay, you don't want to mess with me, you don't want to take the deal, I'm going to make it tough for you. I'm going to go whisper and rain here. I'm going to make sure Rolly don't fight you. I'm going to make sure Tank don't fight you. You know what I'm saying? And Bill don't like that. Bill feel like it's some little backdoor stuff he been doing. And Bill didn't back down. It was kind of crazy how Bill went at Floyd. He said, I'm putting on, like, where your people from the streets that you put on? You know what I'm saying? Where your community at? Your real people. You know what I'm saying? So
Haney goes on to argue that Mayweather has shifted from being admired for his boxing achievements to being primarily driven by financial gain, placing earnings above the quality of matchups offered to fans. He suggests that this approach has changed how Mayweather is perceived within the sport. In contrast, Haney highlights his own philosophy, stressing that delivering exciting and satisfying fights for the audience should come before the pursuit of profit alone.
Tank doesn't want any of it. Why is that? I know you can't give him...
Man, get off of Twitter, man, and knock it off, man. If you the face of boxing, then send over something, man. You know what I'm saying? Something respectful like you're really trying to do this. Because every fighter that Devin gets paid, man, the most money, man. Knock it off, man. That's bunk business, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we don't need you. Let the welfare feed you for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. Because that's where you're going to be at in the welfare line. You keep on the people, giving them the fake fights, talking about that we done charged $57. Listen, we going to give you the best fights, and we going to get all the people in there, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do. And we pay the fighters. We give the fans an opportunity to come in. That's that old business model that you're going to charge the fans for some bull fights and that you the face of boxing because you just keep shoving it down their throat, man. The Mayweather era, that's over with, man. It's the Devin Haney era. That Mayweather is over with, man. You hear me? Over with. Floyd ain't never did what Devin did at 25. Tank ain't did it, nobody.
There have been claims circulating that Mayweather's statements about making $100 million in one night may be overstated. Individuals within the boxing world have questioned the accuracy of those numbers, suggesting they could be intended to enhance his public image rather than reflect the true earnings.
There's reports online that Floyd's a billionaire. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete in this year and this year. First off, he's never gotten $100 million for a fight, and not even remotely close.
You think it's bull?
I know it is, because I know the fight business. I've been in the fight business my whole life. I'm a promoter right now. He's probably made about $60 million before in one night, which is crazy numbers. Mike Tyson, to put in perspective, when he fought Michael Spinks, that was the biggest fight of all time. When that fight happened, one got $30 million and one got $29.
$250 million against Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah. No fighter in history of the world. $250 million to go and box. I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed the money.
I think Floyd's fighting because he needs the money?
Yeah.
Really? Why? You think he blew through all of his money?
Around this point, attention shifts to Mayweather's well-known habit of displaying a luxurious way of life, often highlighted by his regular trips on private jets at the same time. Some critics point out that maintaining such a high level of spending can put pressure on finances. They argue that without consistent and reliable income to match, this kind of lifestyle could eventually lead to financial challenges.
Want me to show you right now? Call AJ. My sister, she gonna call my pilot right now.
So you just call your pilot and he just come where? It's like an Uber?
I'm finna show you. AJ.
Hey, what's up?
So yesterday you guys flew over to Vegas to pick my daughter and mother up and my daughter and my grandson up, right?
That's correct, yep.
I got tickets for you guys to go to the Super Bowl tomorrow, but I got Dan, he's gonna go. So I need you to fly over there because you got to pick a couple people up. You got to pick some people up for me in Vegas. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course, yeah, we're ready to go.
Okay, so let me know. Head over to Clay Lacey and go over to Vegas. So let me know what time you're gonna land so I can send him over there, and then Dan can get on a plane also. Okay?
Okay, so it'll be. I mean, we're sitting here wrapping up dinner now. I think we got about an hour to play. I'd say have him at the airport about 10:45 or so.
Yeah. The focus on lavish living and constant displays of wealth, often associated with Mayweather, can carry financial consequences. Spending heavily on luxury without keeping long-term finances in mind can create difficulties, even for someone earning at a high level.
Andrew, especially, was a very successful kickboxer, four-time world champion. His belts are sitting right behind me right now. But, the most he ever got paid for a fight, and he says this openly, is 50 grand. By the time you pay your trainer and your manager 10% each, you got to eat, you got to train for 12 weeks. I mean, if you work out the hours you put in, you're making $15 an hour. Like, it's not.
Commentator Joe Rogan has weighed in on Mayweather's spending patterns, suggesting that his involvement in exhibition bouts could be tied to maintaining his high-cost lifestyle. This viewpoint raises the idea that some of Mayweather's financial moves may be influenced more by obligation than personal preference.
So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him, and he's doing it as an exhibition. It doesn't even hurt his record.
Because of the drug of boxing.
Just also like money.
Just like but I don't even think he don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any.
Floyd, are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that he can get money from.
Hopefully.
And not just boxing. But it's the drug of getting. Floyd still trains when he doesn't have
In a major financial step, Mayweather is said to have acquired 6 properties in a transaction valued at $42 million. Moves like this suggest an effort to focus more on long-term financial security, potentially in response to ongoing criticism surrounding his spending habits.
It says the retired boxer has gone into contract to pay $402 million for a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio of more than 60 buildings. $402 million, Floyd got 60 buildings. The multifamily deal for properties concentrated in Upper Manhattan will be one of the city's biggest this year. A slice of the portfolio closed Wednesday. The remainder is expected to close in the fourth quarter or early 2025. That's dope. Floyd just spent $400 million and got 1,000 units in 60 buildings.
Mayweather's evolution from a dynamic in-ring competitor to a figure heavily focused on business has become increasingly noticeable. Voices such as Joe Rogan have pointed out that his recent activities appeared to prioritize revenue over the sport itself. This shift has sparked criticism, with some questioning whether his current direction aligns with the competitive spirit that once defined his boxing career.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy, and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him. Floyd went from being like a really exciting pressure fighter, and he had a bunch of hand problems, to like Money Mayweather, start talking, boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's great.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all deluded.
Logan Paul has publicly stated that Mayweather still owes him payment from their exhibition fight. Despite the bout generating substantial revenue, Paul claims he has not been fully compensated, raising questions about the reliability of Mayweather's financial transactions.
True or false, and why did Floyd Mayweather fully pay up Logan Paul for their fight?
I'm not God, but my spidey senses tell me nah.
I can guarantee me and Logan Paul, we can go out and make $100 million or more.
And so you think he didn't pay up just because he hasn't got the money?
I think he probably spent it on all the girls he pays to be around him.
Logan Paul reached out to us and said that he wanted to do another exhibition. Now this is the same guy that said he didn't get paid. If he did get paid, he wouldn't be trying to get another payday.
He had the audacity to tell the media that I asked for a rematch. Let me just set the record straight. If I haven't been paid for the first one, why would I ask you for a second fight knowing I'm probably also not going to get paid the money that I was owed for my work? Second off, they asked us for a rematch.
Floyd is broke, man. I've been saying it the whole entire...
Oscar de la Hoya has voiced worries over Mayweather's choice to keep participating in exhibition fights. He suggests that these decisions may be financially motivated and could negatively impact Mayweather's standing in boxing history. De La Hoya has directly recommended that Mayweather step away from exhibition matches, arguing that continuing may be driven more by money than a genuine passion for the sport. He warned that such bouts risk undermining Mayweather's legacy, making him appear as someone clinging to former glory instead of retiring with dignity. De La Hoya stressed that true greatness includes knowing the right moment to exit, urging Floyd to safeguard the reputation he has built over decades rather than jeopardizing it for short-term financial gains and spectacle-focused events.
Once again, at 160, okay, 100 pounds, 160 pounds, call out Canelo and do the rematch, and that's it.
You think he's talking this trash because he wants a rematch? You think he actually wants...
Absolutely.
You think he wants a rematch?
Look, another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
Again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess...
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can't spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
You can't.
I doubt he'll ever step into that ring. Floyd's a big freaking...
He called Canelo the easiest win of his career.
Yeah, because he was 21 years old.
Right.
Of course. If I fought Ryan Garcia, who's 19 years old, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna beat him easy because of my experience.
So fight him in his prime, he goes down. You think? What's your message to Floyd?
Floyd, stay under your rock, dude.
you think Canelo's gonna out-earn him eventually? You think he'll make more money than Floyd?
By far. Canelo's 28 years old.
Right.
And he's already made, what, $500 million?
Right.
Easy.
Bill Haney has alleged that Floyd Mayweather is intentionally steering clear of organizing fights that involve his son, Devin Haney. Haney suggests that this strategy is financially motivated. with Mayweather prioritizing matches that offer larger paydays over contests that hold true competitive value, according to Haney. This approach indicates that Mayweather's promotional decisions focus more on profit than on promoting meaningful, high-level matchups. This has caused frustration among boxing fans and industry insiders, who argue that Devin deserves the chance to face elite opponents like Gervonta Davis, but is being sidelined for business-driven reasons.
No one want to say that because we're available now. So all that other shit. I'm wanting to see who gonna mention Tank other than us. Tank, where you at, Tank? Because now, guess what? We're free and you are. I mean, not free, literally, because, you know, they was talking 5% and they might think free means free. You know what I mean? So let's clear that up. Ain't no fight. We don't got no fight. So what's gonna happen? Tank.
At 140.
Yeah. Stop me from saying his name. Punch me in the mouth, because I'm gonna keep on saying Tank. Don't want to fight Devin. Period.
Despite earlier disagreements, Mayweather has reportedly expressed a willingness to engage in discussions with Bill Haney, signaling the possibility of arranging fights that include Devin Haney. This development points to a potential reconciliation or, at minimum, a shared interest in pursuing financially advantageous opportunities.
Of me.
I don't know how it went.
No, I'm just
I don't
kidding.
know how it
Yeah, he
went.
was calling for me. He was calling for me everywhere, you know, saying, where's Bill? Where's Bill? You know, putting up a missing thing that I was missing or something. Why would I be missing, Vlad? I got the best son in the world, the son that rose from the bottom from that one day at the principal's office all the way up to the top of the boxing where the world stopped to watch an event that he was in. I'm a proud dad, proud trainer, and proud manager. So I don't know what he was looking for.
Well, I mean, things got really heated. I mean, I watched the whole live this morning. You called Floyd a N-word. You cussed him out. You got to hand it to Floyd for actually sitting there and taking all that, verbal abuse from you. I was actually surprised. I probably would have hung up myself.
Logan Paul has publicly criticized Floyd Mayweather, labeling him a braggart and questioning the truthfulness of his financial claims. Paul directly suggested that the image Floyd projects of being extremely wealthy and financially untouchable may be more facade than fact. These remarks followed their exhibition match, during which Paul asserted he had not received full payment, raising doubts about Mayweather's transparency and financial practices. His statements echo a broader skepticism within the boxing community, where critics and insiders have long questioned whether Floyd's reported wealth is as enormous and secure as he portrays.
McGregor 2 rumors have started to circulate, and it's led some to ask, if he's made over $1 billion in his career, why is he still fighting at the age of 45? According to Logan Paul, it's because Floyd Money Mayweather is actually a liar who's more broke than your friend who's still trying to get you to invest in their NFT project.
Floyd Money Mayweather ain't got no money, dude.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is he broke?
Yeah. Logan's not the only one to claim that Mayweather's actually broke. 50 Cent and Chael Sonnen, among others, have brought Floyd's financial habits into question over the years. And if we dig into Floyd's track record, they may be right. In 2018, sources reported that Floyd owed over $40 million in gambling debts. At one point, he also owed over $22 million to the IRS. Now he's being sued by Logan Paul for upwards of $10 million, and he's rumored to have more lawsuits coming his way after promoting scam cryptocurrencies. He's in an exclusive club of athletes who have crossed the $1 billion mark in their careers, but at the end of the day, no one cares about how much you made if you weren't able to keep.
Mayweather, conversely, often emphasizes his own accomplishments, claiming that no other boxer in history has reached his level of success. While confidence is common in combat sports, his constant self-comparisons and frequent boasting sometimes have the opposite effect, drawing criticism from fans and fellow fighters who interpret it as arrogance rather than legitimate confidence.
Well, I think I'm separated now. I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. Had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my...
And that wraps up today's video.